Okay, so page 10, graphing a linear relation from a table of value. So the table of value shows the cost of renting DVDs at an online store. What are DVDs? Shows you how outdated this page is. Okay, graph the data. Does it make sense to join the points on the graph? Is the relation linear? And then use the table to describe the pattern in the rental cost. How is this pattern shown on the graph? So on Friday, we talked about how to create our graph. Should I do an L graph or T graph? L graph or T graph? Catherine, why L graph? Right, I don't have negatives. Can I rent -5 DVDs? I don't think so. Okay. Can my cost be negative? So if like they watch the DVD, I pay them back. Okay. So what is this number right here in the corner? 0, 0, right. So even though looking at my table, I start at 1, I never start at 1 here. It's always starting at 0, 0. Okay, I'm renting a maximum of 5 DVDs. So looking here, I can probably do by ones. Sorry, every 2 blocks, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then here, my cost, lowest 350, highest 1750. So I need to fit up to 1750 here. What's a good scale to go by then? We talked about this on Friday. What's a good scale to go by? Every box is. If I say every box is $1, would I have enough? No. Yeah. Every 2 boxes 5. I like that idea. So like 250 a box. Okay, looks good. I could probably do like 2. Every box has 2 as well. I think I have enough for that. Right, but as long as my scale looks good, then you should get full marks for the graph. So 1 and 350, so about right here. 2 and 7, 2 and 7, about right here. 3 and 1050, so a little bit above the 10. 4 and 14, about right here. And then 5 and 1750, right here. Okay. If I graph the data, does it make sense to join the points on the graph? Alright, this is a tricky question. So who says I should? So I notice all the points do line up very nicely. Who says draw that line? Who says don't draw the line? Okay. So the last time I checked, there were over 20 of you in here, but I only saw 5 hands. Let's try that again. Should I join? Should I draw that line? Okay. Should I not draw that line? Okay, come on. Why do you think I should not draw that line? You're the only one, actually. Can you rent half a DVD? No. Okay. But is there a relation between costs and DVDs rent? Yes, right. So that's conflicting, isn't it? Because last week I said if there's a relation, then we should be drawing either a line or a curve. So in this case, what I'm actually going to draw is I'm going to actually draw a dotted line. Why? Because just like what Melody and Con said, a line because there is a relationship between number of DVDs and the cost. It's depending on each other. So there's a relationship. But it's a dotted line because you cannot have half a DVD. So Dotted line is when the data is called discrete data. And then a line is called continuous data. All right. And the easiest way to think about it is, can you have half a DVD? No, it doesn't work. If you put half of this in, it's not going to play. All right. You'll still need the full DVD for it to play. All right. So this is actually a very tricky question. And on the test, I am going to ask you about these two terms. Okay, discrete and continuous. I will. So this time I'm telling you, I will ask the difference between discrete and continuous. So discrete is when you can't have half the value. You cannot have a value in between your points. And continuous is when you can have value in between your points. Right? Is the relation linear? Okay, Melody. You say yes. Because? Right, and when you look at the graph, what do you see? Right. Okay. It's linear because I see a line on the graph. Okay. And then looking at the table right here, what is the difference between each of the steps? What's the difference between each step? Try it. 350. That's right. If you check, every single step right here is 350, 350, 350. So that means it's linear. When this is all the same, it's linear. Okay. So it also tells you that it's linear because the difference is the same. Question.
What would it be called if it was like decreasing like 2, 4, 6, 8? What would that be?
If this was 2, 4, 6 like that,
yeah,
then it's not linear. Non-linear. Yeah. Okay. Will I get full marks for this question? See? That's why I put like that big block letter title. I'm missing all the title. How much mark am I losing? 3 marks. Sorry, not 3 marks. 3 marks. So 1.5 marks in total. What's this label? What am I labeling this? Number of DVDs. That's my independent variable. So number of DVDs. What's this? Cost. And what else am I missing? What is it? Melody? Is it DVD versus cost? Cost versus. It's always Y versus X. So cost versus number of DVDs. Okay. So don't forget this because it will cost you easy marks on the tests. Yep.
If we write like on the test, for example, cost vs number of DVDs, will we still get the full marks?
This? Yeah.
So we don't have to like come like compare the title.
No. I like your creativity, but no.
You draw the arrow.
Good point. Should we draw the arrow?
Yes.
Can I rent 100 DVDs?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the data continues. So yes, I should draw that arrow.
Oh, I thought you like the arrow is on X and
Oh, that I don't care as much.
So is it always
Y versus X, yeah, for the title. Okay, sounds good. Okay, so example 2. Graphing a linear relation from an equation. Okay, so remember I said we will do interchangeably between a table, a graph, and an equation. So create a table of value. Keyword right here is you're creating your own. Okay, so when I create the table, x, y, okay, how many points do I need to create a graph? How many points do I need to draw a line? Misha? 2, right? So technically I just need 2 points to draw my line. Let's make it 3. Okay. So, oh, never mind, because it does tell me to do from -3 to 3. But technically you only need the 2 points. Okay, so if it doesn't say, then you can just do the 2. So from -3, -2, -1, 0, 1, 2, 3. Ooh, I'm making you guys really work for the for the math. All right. So if I didn't write this part and I just create a table of value, then you can just do 2 or 3 numbers. That's already a table of value. Okay? So I come up with my x value. I'm gonna sub it in to figure out what the y value is. So I have the equation y equals 6 minus 3x. I'm replacing the x with -3. Okay, so what is 6 minus 3 times -3? Not everybody at once. Con. 9. Right? What if I replace it with -2 now? Catherine, if it's -2? Wait, did he make a mistake? He did. Okay, so when x is -3, what is y? 15, right. Okay, and then when you put in -2 in here, 12. When you put in -1 in here, yep, 9. When you put, man, your grandpa really wants to know if you're in class. When you put in 0, 6 minus 3 times 0, yep, 6. It's a scam. So maybe you should put it on vibrate. Alright, when it's 1. Alright, so it's good to actually keep doing this even though you see a pattern right here, because it will tell you if you made a mistake by accident. So when you put in 2 in here, I get 0. When you put in 3 in here, 6 minus 9, you get -3. Okay, so there we go. I have this. So let's just say I didn't catch Khan's mistake and I put a 9 over here. Do you think eventually I'll catch that mistake? Yeah, because you can see that there is a pattern in your y. So that's also why I didn't go straight to the pattern. I still kept doing this because then it's like almost like a double check. Okay, graph the relation. Should I do a L graph or T graph now? Why? Because there's negatives. Okay, so that and that. Okay. X value, I have 0, 0 here, and then this is 1, 2, 3, -1, -2, -3. Y value, my lowest is -3, my highest is 15. So what's a good scale to go then? What's a smart scale to go by? Up by 5 works, but not the smartest one. Martin? 3, right? Because it's multiples of 3, right? So 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. -3, so forth. Okay, so when I plot this, these are just all coordinates. So -3 and 15, -2 and 12. Notice how it's nice and neat on the grid. -1 and 9, 0, 6, 1 and 3, 2 and 0, 3 and -3. Okay. In this case, does it make sense to join the points on the graph? So who says yes, draw the line? Should I draw a line? Okay, who says no, don't draw the line? Okay, so most of you says yes, draw the line. Should I draw a solid line or a dotted line? Okay, who says draw a dotted line? Who says draw a solid line? Solid line it is. Okay, and why a solid line? Melody? Okay, and Sarah?
Because it's continuous, so the pattern will go on.
Okay, so right here, I subbed in 3 as -3, I subbed in x as -3, I subbed in x as 0, I subbed in x as 3. Can I sub in value like 4.2? Yeah. Can I sub in values like 0.0005 in my equation? Yes. So are there values in between the points? Yes. That's why it's a solid line. Okay. Notice I also put arrows at the end of both sides because my line keeps going forever. Okay. And if I take a look at my values in my table of value, what is happening between each step? What's my difference here? Ah, good. Okay. I was just gonna say, I see that the pattern is 3, but not just 3. It's going down by 3, right? And so my difference is -3 every time. How many marks? Oh, let me finish off this question first. Okay, and then so will you say this is linear? Is this a linear relation? Yes, definitely. Okay, you should be able to tell me 3 reasons why this. Wow, you really don't like that bottle. I think you dropped it like 3 times already this period. So you should be able to give me 3 reasons why this is linear. Somebody tell me one. Rate of change at any given point is always so that more simply, like by looking at here, what can you say to tell that it's linear? Okay, so the difference right here from the table, I can tell that the difference is the same. So that tells me it's linear. That's one way. Second way, Catherine? Straight line on my graph. That's 2 way.
X is to the power of 1.
X to the power of 1 right here. So y equals mx plus b from the equation. That's 3 ways to tell. All right, so from the table, the difference is the same. All right, from the graph, I see a line. And from the equation, it's in y equals mx plus b4. All right. If on the test I ask, is this linear? You can just give me any one of these reasons. Okay. So far, so good. Okay. Nice and easy to understand. In grade 9, we focus on just linear relations. When you get into grade 10, we focus on the nonlinear relations, like, for example, parabola. Okay. Sarah, question.
What would the title be?
Oh, right. Do I need a title? No. Why not? it was just X and Y. I have no independent and dependent variables. Yeah.
What about like the arrows on the coordinate plane?
It's okay. I care more for my graph. Oh, right. So, question like this would be 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A question like this will be with 6 marks. Right. Example 3. But as I said, like now that we get into the graphing, I can be more creative with you guys. So I'm gonna do more assignments. It's just with algebra, it's just like x. What is x plus x? I can't be creative and make an assignment out of that. So now with the graphing, I can be more creative. Okay, last example. Solving problem using a linear relation. The student council is planning to hold a dance. The profit in dollar is 4 times the number of students who attended minus $200 for the cost of the music. Write an equation that relates the profit to the number of students who attend. Create a table of value for this relation. Graph the data in the table. Does it make sense to join the points? And then how many students have to attend to make a profit? Okay. So let's come up with an equation first. So this is what we did on our last test. Okay, we have this. We have to translate it to equation. Okay. The profit in dollars is 4 times the number of students. So 4 times the number of students, what does that mean? 4x, right? Okay. It costs you $200 to rent the DJ, I guess, and then rent the DJ to hire the DJ. So, who has an equation for me? Okay, Misha. I need an equation. You gave me an expression. So I just need something in the front. Aliana. Okay, good. Okay. So I have the equation. Let's create this table. Okay, so x and y. Let's give it a thing. Okay, what is x and what is y? What does x represent? Yep. Yeah, number of students. And what's y? Which is? Profit. Right. Good. Okay, so what's the least number of students who can attend? Less than 1. Yeah, it could be a really bad DJ and nobody goes. So 0. Okay, if I do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, would it give me a meaningful picture when I graph it? No, it will be way too small. Okay, so I don't want to do 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So give it a bigger number. 10, okay, 10 or 20. Let me just see. I'm just gonna cheat a bit, okay? So I'm gonna go with. Remember, I only need 3 numbers to make my table of values. So I'm just gonna do 0, 50, and 100, just because I know the answer. So if you don't and you did like 0, 10, 20 like this, you'll see in a second why I prefer bigger numbers. We'll get to it once we graph, and then you'll see. Okay, so if nobody goes, what's your profit? Negative 200, right? Which means you lose money. Okay, what if 50 people go? No money, it's 0. So when you sub in 0 in here, 4 times 50 minus 200 is that. What about 4 times 100? minus 200. Yeah, 200. Right? So remember when you create your table of value, you can come up with your x value and then use your equation to solve for y. A lot of people have trouble with that step because they don't see any numbers and then they don't know which number to go with. So choose any number. Right? Graph the table. Should I do a L graph or T graph? T graph because I have negative. Okay. Well, because you guys are so good at math, because you're so good, I feel that I can draw this graph with you guys. All right. It's still kind of like a T graph, but why am I not going into this side of the T? Catherine? Why? Why don't I need to include negative x values? Yeah, I can't have ghosts at the party. No, no negative people. That's why I'm doing a graph like this. If you do the full T, that's fine as well. I'm not gonna duck marks off, but I feel that you guys are smart enough to know why I drew a graph like that. Okay, so number of students. So this time I do want to label my axis. Okay, profit. So 0 is right here. Let's say 50. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay. I can go by negative 100, 200, 300. For example, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so 0 and negative 200. 0, negative 200 gives me the point right here. 0 and 50. Oh, sorry, 50 and 0. 50 and 0 right here. And then 100 and 200 right here. Okay. Okay, so now, so this is why I chose these numbers. Because if I did 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, my graph is always going to be below my x-axis. I'll never get into the positive side. So if you want, you could have done 0, 100, 200, 300. Then that will make your graph much bigger so that you can see all the values. Should I connect the dots? So who says yes, connect the dots? Okay, most of you says yes, draw that line. Is it a dotted line or solid line? Who says dotted line? Good job. All right, why dotted? Martin, why? Right, you can't have half a student. So even if you're handicapped, you're still a person. You're still a whole person. All right. I have the arrow at the end because it goes on. All right. You can have 1,000 people at the dance if it's really good. All right. I cannot have an arrow on this side because, as we said, we cannot have negative people. No ghosts. Right, and you cannot lose more than 200. That's right. Oh, how is it not a solid line? How is it not a solid line? Because you can't have half a person. It could continue on. Yeah, but continuing on and dotted line is two separate ideas. Yeah. So you can have a solid line that goes on forever, or you can have a line that goes on forever, but dotted line, because you can't have a value of 50.5, for example. right here, like right here. But you can't have a half a person, so that's why. Yeah, no, but I created this table with only 3 points, but technically I could have had values in between as well. Yeah, I could have 15, I could have 25, I could have 101, but I can't have decimal values. Okay. How many students would have to attend to make a profit? So based on my graph, Adrina? Uh, but, right, good. Okay, so you could either say more than 50 people, or you can say 51 or more people.
Yeah, but technically, if I were to say 200 on the DJ and you're just like giving the other 200, that wouldn't really be going on.
So no matter what, you have to pay that $200 for that DJ. So if you only had like 10 people come, they pay for their admission, but you're still in loss.
Loss?
Yeah. Loss. Okay, so because it couldn't cover your DJ cost. Okay, whereas if you have 50 people come, then at least you can write off that expense with the DJ. And if one more person comes, then at least you make. How much do you make? Actually, this is it. How much? $4, right? Based on the equation. So if 51 people come, you will bring in $204. 200 gives, like you collect 204, and here you go, 200 to the other hand. And so you make $4. All that to make $4. Well, it depends how big it is. Like if you have 1,000 people come, then it's very good. We don't care about snacks.
What about the area,
Okay, so that's the lesson. Took a little longer than expected, but I think we had a lot of great discussion with the graphs, so that's good. Your homework tonight: 12, 13, 14. It seems like a lot.
That is a lot. Just 12. Oh yeah. We should just do 12.
Okay. We're gonna do every other question. 12, 13, 14, every other one. So let's do. You guys say.
The one that has the one that has less. Because we have to do strategic.
You guys want to do odd or even? Let me see.
Look at number 10 on 13. And look at number 11 on 13.
Okay, who says odd? 1, 2. Who says even? Even questions. Even. Okay, so page 12 to 14, even questions only. Yeah, majority rules.